Hey everybody. It's been a while. Shit. Let me tell you. So, first up, I got some explaining to do. Um I am taking Japanese classes and well, essentially, it's been taking up a bit of my time. That and the paying of bills and the other stuff that I got to do, yeah, it's definitely been a bit of a time vampire, I guess you could put it. So videos are going to be a bit infrequent, you know, or a bit more infrequent. I mean, I don't think they were really frequent to begin with. But either way, today I got these two things that I'm going to review. It's been a while since I've did a review. Honestly, I'm kind of excited to do this. It's been a long time, yes. Uh, it's pretty much the Hammond collection Carnotaurus and the uh Habitat Defender, I guess, Triceratops. I think that's what it's called. It's pretty much a Hammond collection Triceratops. It's a Triceratops that was better than the Hammond collection Triceratops. It's like the improved version, I guess you could say. So yeah, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna this. I mean, not in terms of the video, but in terms of what is it? Just talking about it from this part. I'm gonna get this dude out of the box. Beforehand, though, I want to show you guys. I got a little set up here. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't really look like a jungle or anything like that. But my dad got me this for Christmas. This thing, because I was always talking about having what is it during my photography, having people stuff in the background. It's kind of hard for me to make it look or how do I put it better? Pretty, I say more or less. Trying to find the right word. I have to go a bit far into the woods in order to find a decent spot. And he got me this to pretty much cover up any of the people stuff in the background. But the problem with this looks like people stuff rather than actual nature, as you can imagine. So I'm just trying to find a separate use for it, and I figure, hey, make a little setup for a stop motion or something. I mean, hey, why not? It works good enough anyway. But anyways, on to the Carnotaurus. Alrighty, I got him out. So, honestly, I'd like to say right off the bat, what's funny about this was I got these two on Amazon for roughly $53 together. I got them, yeah, for both. This guy was about $30, which honestly is pretty solid. And this guy is about oh yeah, about $22 from what I remember. Um, and I just want to say for both of these are both fantastic for that kind of money. I mean, honestly, I was buying these to customize them. I'm dead serious. I was. This guy was going to become a Griff, and this dude was going to become the Carnotaurus from Turok, Son of Stone. I mean, I already made the Carnotaurus from Turok, Son of Stone, but I wanted an articulation, fuck. I wanted an articulated one. And, yeah, that's pretty much what I bought this for. But then when I saw them when they first arrived, I was like, fuck, these are actually nice. And then, of course, then came the internal conflict. It's like, ah, shit, well, what do I do now? And I said, fuck it, I'm just going to keep them the way they are, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'll find one of these for, like, a discount price, and I could turn that one into the Carnotaurus from Turok, Son of Stone. Same with this one. Honestly, I could turn this into or I could keep this the way it is, and then I could just get a bigger Triceratops and turn that one into a Griff. Which, actually, I got coming on the way. It's it's kind of like a big PVC soft plastic, like kind of like a hard rubber type. And I figure, I'm going to turn that one into a Griff. And for context, a Griff is a 20-foot tall meat-eating Triceratops with Stegosaurus-like plates running down its back. Yeah. It's from a Tarzan story. I like them Tarzan audiobooks. I listen to them damn things. I'm on my 6th one. I skipped Tales of Tarzan because it's a prequel story, and I'm not the biggest fan of prequels. You know, I like staying in a consistent storyline. I don't need to go back and see what I already got enough of his childhood when in the first book. I mean, he's 10. He fought a gorilla, killed it with a knife. That's pretty fucking cool. But anyway, and don't worry, the gorilla started it. Fucking gorilla bust in on his ass and tried to kill him. And I mean, it's a book from like the early 1900s. Of course, it ain't gonna be accurate with a lot of the animals, but what you gonna do? But yeah, I guess I haven't actually gotten to the story with the Griff yet. But apparently, as far as I'm aware, the details on it, at least from what I read of a description of it, because I was just excited to hear about it. Yeah, it's 20 feet tall. They eat meat. I don't know if they're carnivorous or not. I'm assuming they're omnivores, but, knowing Edgar Rice Burroughs, he might have made them fully carnivorous, despite how little sense that makes. But who cares? They have claws on their front feet, and they are a deep slate blue color, or blue slate color, whatever way you want to say that, with a bright yellow belly and a bright yellow face with blue rings around the eyes and a red frill, from what I remember. And in a lot of depictions, they have sharp, shark-like teeth, but honestly, if I make one, I'll probably... I don't know, I might take, like, the cheek teeth of a Triceratops and make them sharpened for more carnivorous type feeding. Or maybe do it like a halfway, like a bear, Bub, you better... Got Bub down here. Big fat tabby ass. Dude, you better not rub up against the damn tripod, man. Like, you're too fat. You're too fat, man. I know I'm fat, but you're fat too. You got man boobs, for God's sake. You ever seen a cat with man boobs? The damn things look like goat udders. Anyways, on to the actual review. God, just people who ain't accustomed to my constant babbling are going to be pissed. Not that I care, but still. So yeah, I guess I'll begin with the Carnotaurus, and let me say, there's a good reason why I decided not to customize this, because it is fantastic looking. Would have been nice to get some paint on the little hand, or fingers, little nub fingers. I mean, why even have claws on there? Like, did it have claws in the movie there? I mean, it didn't make a whole lot of sense if it did. I mean, I doubt it would have had claws there in real life, but, I mean, just because it wouldn't make a whole lot of, sense. I mean, I don't really know. But in terms of articulation, it goes about that way. It has this is an elbow, yeah. Has elbow movement, which is kind of odd for a Carnotaurus. In fact, this is one of the few dinosaurs where they could have gotten away with putting nothing there. They could have just had it like this. Honestly, that would have been more accurate anyway. Just have them tucked on the side of the body and just like kind of like a chicken dance type thing, Have his ass go. Sorry, I'm lucid right now, man. It's been so long since I've done one of these videos, but yeah. Honestly, in terms of tail articulation, you get 2 points, which is you get here like a nice ball joint, swivels around. You got another ball joint, swivels around, and this got a wire in it. And on the wire, everybody's all scared of bendy wires and stuff. Like they hold up pretty well in my experience. It's like every every person like, oh no, a bendy wire, oh my god, like they all freak out and shit. They always act like it's a fucking travesty if something has a bendy wire in it. And I said, hey, if it works, it works. It's not rocket science. You can't. Trust me, the ball joints are better in my opinion. I prefer a ball joint, but they have their problems too. They get loose and then they stop holding their position, and then it's a whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. It's just whatever, shit. I'm still working on that big articulated Allosaurus, and honestly, he is mostly bendy wire, because at the time, I couldn't really figure out how to do large ball joints, how to make them, and now I'm just starting to get the idea. which is essentially just take milk jugs and like iced tea jugs, whatever, really just plastic, like garbage, take a heat gun to it, and you melt it into the general bowl, or what is it, the ball shape. And then I guess you could also make it into a socket, but I've yet to try that. I'm gonna check that out, because if it works, I'll be making ball joints out of garbage, and it won't be costing me jack squat. So in terms of the mouth is pretty great. Honestly, it's like a synchronized movement. I know in the Ceratosaurus, I'll go grab the Ceratosaurus real quick for get my Ceratosaurus over here. Now the Ceratosaurus, this one I did customize, but the Ceratosaurus here, what is it? You can move the bottom jaw, right, and the top jaw independently, as you can see. Ain't that a handsome devil? I enjoy this figurine a lot, honestly. I like what I did to it. But, what is it? I think, right, as my point was being, it's pretty much, like the two jaws there are more independent, while this one is connected. Like, they open simultaneously, which is fine. I ain't got no issues with that. I know somebody's gonna bitch and complain about it. But hey, there's always bitchers, whiners, and complainers, man. Just fucking take it and enjoy the fucking toy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I make toys. They're fucking hard to make, especially with this kind of intricate shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, people just don't fucking appreciate nothing no more, man. I mean, even this glass eyeball. Somebody's gonna bitch and complain about this amazing glass eyeball, man. And it's like, oh, so what if you can't see the fucking pupil? It looks like a demon. It's fucking awesome. It's like some Frank Frazetta shit. Just fucking big glowing eye. Like, how the hell can you not love that? I mean, maybe that's just where I differ from a lot of other people, but I don't know. I fucking love it. Honestly, the patterns on its body are fucking gorgeous, honestly. This guy would blend in perfectly with my photography, like doing the like the Stranger Wilds photography. I'd like to use him for that, because I know a lot of these animals I make aren't really stop motion capable. Like, they move good, they move decent, like they can pose, but they can't really do it as fluently as, like, say, Gomorrah and or Gamora, I guess if you want to pronounce it like that. Gamora and Godzilla's, like the Mecha Godzillas I got and the Kongs and all that. They're better off. This guy, I mean, I imagine you could do some stuff, not with this. I'll have to figure out something better than that, but maybe I could get some cardboard and kind of make like a forest floor design. I don't know. I'll figure something out. There's cardboard everywhere. Never really seem to run out of cardboard, But either way, neck articulation is like this. I mean, it's decent. I mean, it could be a little better, but again, this shit's hard to do, especially to make it look nice while also trying to make it functional. It moves about that far and moves about that far. So here's it from a frontal view. About yay that far and yay that far. So not too far on that side, but you could get a nice smooth movement, I mean, just in terms of like a toy, it's fantastic. I mean, it got what you want, It got the nice look, it got the decent movement, the leg bends like that. Ooh, that's nice. Nice foot movement. Oh yes. I got to start trying to make my figurines that have this kind of foot movement. I never realized how important the foot movement was in stop motion. But when you start moving their limbs around, you start to realize, oh shit, that's actually rather important. But to make it look real anyway. Speaking of which, I hope you guys actually enjoyed that stop motion. I mean, it took me like, if I had to guesstimate, maybe 2 weeks. It took me a good minute, honestly. It was a little while. I mean, look at all these osteoderms on the back. That's pretty. But I mean, yeah. Dewclaw could have used some paint, but honestly, I've made that mistake too, so that's fine. I'm not really gonna bitch and complain about that, I mean, how could I? I mean, I don't know. Make me kind of a hypocrite. So in terms of the tail bendy wire, it goes about that far. And it doesn't seem to show too much strain, which is good. It's a good rubber if that's the case. But again, I really haven't had too many issues with bendy wire. I mean, of course they have their problems, but so do ball joints. So it's, I don't really know. I mean, you could really say that there's issues about everything. So in terms of, if I had to rate this Carnotaurus, I'd give it like a 4 out of 5. It's pretty good. I mean, it does what you need it to do, and it looks fucking fantastic. I mean, if I had to critique anything, I wish the neck could move a little bit more to the sides, but it's fine. It works. Especially with what I'm probably going to do with it, which is photography rather than stop motion. But for somebody who doesn't do photography, I can completely understand. So anyways, get this dude out of the way. By the way, it's funny that these guys are distantly related. They're both ceratosaurans. I mean, this guy is a albellosaurid, and this guy is a pure ceratosaurid. But, hey, ceratosaurs regardless, Either way. So, here we have the Habitat Defender Triceratops. Now, this beast I really like. Which, I mean, I enjoy Triceratops a lot, honestly. It is an awesome animal. It would have been really wild to see what it would look like in real life. I mean, and that goes for every dinosaur, but just, it's such like a weird mishmash of like, almost like ungulate, but with reptilian mix. It's all sorts of crazy shit kind of combined, And the thought that they probably, I mean, they got the tools for sure. I mean, they probably were, at least slightly meat eating. I mean, I know herbivores in real life, they do snack on small vertebrates and invertebrates. Either, I know with invertebrates it could be unintentionally, but I've seen pure in quotes, pure herbivorous animals eat meat, like if they need it, because there are certain vitamins and minerals in meat that you can't get from plants, so it's, I mean, shit. But, sometimes a deer gotta eat a motherfucker, baby bird fall out of the nest, shit. He's right there, you're right there, you gotta eat him. You eat his fucking head off like Ozzy Osbourne, and it fucking works. Under the graveyard, motherfucker! Under the graveyard. Oh, shit, that's a good song. But anyways, besides my joking around, yeah. Honestly, now the neck movement for this guy is superb. Yes. Got really good movements, honestly, from the side. Like, he got a good shake to him. I'd like to do stop motion with this guy. Head moves up about yay that far, about down that far. That's a good fucking movement. Now, if he didn't look so nice, and I say he looks fucking great. Honestly, to me, I think he looks better than the Hammond collection Triceratops for sure. And fucking beats him. Fucking beats him at articulation. You want to know why? Because this one has an articulated mouth. I mean, look at this shit. Hold on. Articulated mouth. On a fucking Triceratops. It's fantastic. It really is. I mean, they had one job in the Hammond collection. That was give this dude, give him an articulated mouth. I mean, don't get me wrong. I wish it had like all the little inner articulations in the leg, because the Hammond collection one does. And really, that's the only way the Hammond collection beats this one. But in everything else, this one beats the Hammond collection for sure. I mean, detail. Look at all the little scales, and it looks like ground beef. Like, and look at these, like, these, these osteoderms here, like, they're beautiful. Honestly, like, just the fucking work here is just phenomenal. I mean, they painted the hooves, the hoofed toes. They painted that. Would have liked some gloss on the nostril there, but that's all right. The eyeball's decent. I mean, I was thinking about giving it a repaint, the eye, but I mean, I'm fine with it. I think they even painted little veins. Hold on. My camera's a little messed up. I got to get my glass replaced on my phone. So I'm only able to use half the screen right now. So it makes yeah, I mean, you could barely see it, but like, yeah, they painted fucking veins in the eyeballs. That is awesome. What about this eye? Let me see. With my poor vision. Okay, never mind. I'm tripping. It's never mind. They didn't paint fucking vein. God, I feel like a dumbass now. That is a paint error. Shit, that's a fucking paint error. And here I was thinking it was veins. Never mind. Well, deducting a point off that shit for making me feel stupid. But well, more stupid than I actually am. Oh shit. Let me see here. Yeah, in terms of articulate, look, they even got the scoots, or the scoots, osteoderms, whatever you want to call them. They even got them, or got those on the legs right. I mean, look at that. Hello, wait. It's ever so slightly uneven, but that's okay, because I would do the same thing. And then they got this little, little backboner that kind of pops out. I forgot what the point of these was. I think you scan it, and, like, it does something. It's like a part of a video game. I'm not really sure. It's part of... I don't play the shit. But in terms of one error that kind of bugs me, but I'm not too worried about it. I can get over it. Is this little paint on here. They put a little bit of... They painted a little too much on the horn there. As see, it don't got that on this side. It's pretty damn good. It trails off really well right here, and then it stops. And then here, it bleeds over a little bit. But honestly, I'm really not bothered about it, you know. Again, check out that mouth detail. It's fucking great. Nice and solid, too, you know. You could have it bite onto the head of a human being and shake them like a pit bull with a squeaky toy. That'd be great. Or like my boy Max with a squeaky toy, and I hit it. Now, he gets down with it. He almost starts looking like he's headbanging. You know what I'm saying? I can appreciate that as a metalhead myself. Yes. Yeah, got a good swivel there. And it ain't like you need a whole lot of articulation for a Triceratops tail anyway. I mean, really, what's it gonna do? Seriously. But yeah, and I mean, you got all the necessary Oh wait, fucking with the computer. There we go. Yeah, got all the necessary articulation. It seems to snap into place, which is good. I could go about that far, could go a good amount that far. Sadly, cannot stand up on its hind legs, which, I mean, yeah, it wouldn't make sense if it could, but I don't know. Maybe when I'm designing the Griff, I could make that guy, I could try to get him to stand up on his hind legs. That'll be interesting for sure. But yeah, that's pretty much that. In terms of size comparison, let me get one of my favorites out, actually. I'll get, let me see here. I'll get, here we go. Get this beast of the Mesozoic Triceratops, yeah. Now this motherfucker right here is one of my favorites. I love him. Beautiful, highly colorful, sturdy, well articulated, more articulated than this guy, but honestly, I mean, clearly, yeah, this one's my favorite out of the two, but they're both pretty great. Honestly, I'm glad. I mean, then again, you also gotta realize this motherfucker's $130, this thing's $23, so it's kind of like, clearly you're gonna go for this one, especially now that I'm on a rather tight budget because of school and all that bullshit that I gotta pay for. Fucking bills. make you wanna bite somebody's ear off, Mike Tyson style. God. But either way, it's fine. It's fine. Actually, looking at these two, I'm gonna have to find something a little better than this, or at least cut this part off. I don't mind having it for a background. It looks fine, but stuff's feet are gonna get, like, creatures' feet are gonna get caught in this. I'd love to do like a picture story where these two are locking horns, and battling it out, and then maybe like the Hammond collection T-Rex comes out. But speaking of which, I wonder how well that one scales with the Hammond. Yeah, I wonder how these two scale together, or how they scale together. Let me go check. Oh yeah, damn, that scales up real damn nice. So let me think. Triceratops in real life, I think they said was 10 feet tall. Or at least from what we could tell from putting apart the bones. I mean, clearly you don't know because, muscle and fat and all that kind of stuff. But the guesstimation is pretty much 10 feet tall. And then with T-Rex, it was like, what, 15 to 18 feet tall? Somewhere around there. So this is a pretty damn good size matchup. Like, this is fantastic. And this, what was it? This reminds me of the, what is it? Fucking, Roberta versus, Lady Margaret fight. Which is, Roberta is the T-Rex from, well, Rexy. I don't call it Rexy because that's a dumb fucking name for a Tyrannosaurus. Really? Tyrannosaurus Rex, Rexy? That's fucking corny. But, yeah, I call it Roberta like in the novel. But anyway, and then Lady Margaret was the big Triceratops, if I remember correctly, from, what's that fucking game that, I watched a playthrough on it that had the gaming beaver in it. It was a while back. In fact, I still go back to that. I don't really watch gaming. I watch Neebs Gaming because they make their shit like a TV show and it's fun. But yeah, what is it? I still go back to that one every once in a while because I find it funny. What is it? Yeah, it's like the Lost Jurassic Park the game. I think that's what it's called. Like just Jurassic Park the game, nothing special to it. It had a badass Tylosaurus design. I gotta make that motherfucker for sure. What is it? I kind of wish that one showed up in Jurassic World instead of the Mosasaur that we got. I mean, the Kaiju Mosasaur was alright, but I think that Tylosaurus design was cooler. Yeah, I gotta make that Tylosaurus at some point. God, that sounds awesome. But, what is it? Yeah, there's a scene where Lady Margaret, which, yeah, that's probably what I could just call this Triceratops. Lady Margaret and Roberta pretty much fight it out during the portion of the gameplay. And it was hilarious watching the Gaming Beavers playthrough of it because he would intentionally have the people die, and it was fucking funny. I watched that part, I said, holy shit, she got fucking impaled by the Triceratops and bitten on by the Tyrannosaurus. I said, has there ever been a more hilarious, awesome, and fucking ironic way to die ever? Ironic because you tried to dodge them while they're fighting each other, and you end up getting killed by both of them at the same time. Oh, that's shit. But, yeah. From what I remember, the fight ended, well, it wasn't really, was it? It wasn't really, disputed over who won. I think it was just, you just see a dismembered, or not dismembered, but you see a torn off piece of horn laying on the road, which was clearly from Lady Margaret. I mean, the Tyrannosaur ain't got no fucking horns. But unless if it's a Chimeran Tyrannosaur, but even then that's more of a crest. I'd even reckon to call it more of an antler than a horn, but even though it don't really fall off, but it looks more like an antler. But the point is, yeah, so I am assuming that they fought, got tired, and then fucking left, or perhaps Roberta mortally wounded Lady Margaret, and she went off into the woods to die, and Roberta found the carcass later. I'm not really sure. It could have went either way. I mean, because Roberta wasn't shown with any sort of wounds or anything like that. So there's that. One thing just hit me, actually, about the Carnotaurus. Looking at Roberta over here, the Carnotaurus' feet, they're actually a really nice size. I mean, these feet are fucking huge, but I don't really mind it. Everybody always complains about it, and I said, listen, I understand. You gotta balance the figurine. These feet are smaller, but it still stands very well. I'm actually rather impressed with how well it stands. The feet aren't even fully connected with the ground, and it's standing just fine. Yeah, I mean, that's impressive. And as for a size comparison, with these two, the Carnotaurus and the T-Rex, don't know how big a Carnotaurus was obviously in real life, but like in terms of guesstimation, they might have said 8 or 9 feet tall. I don't know, maybe taller. Wait, no, because a Dilophosaurus is like, ain't a Dilophosaurus 10 feet tall? So I don't really know. That's actually a good question. I have no idea how tall a Carnotaurus is, but in terms of what I remember from the movie, yeah, these two scale up very nicely with each other. Yes. But yeah, that's pretty much the entire review. Yeah. So yeah, pretty much what I said. Just I don't know. I mean, videos are probably going to be a bit more scarce. I'll have to learn how to balance my schedule a little bit more. In fact, I'll probably do a little bit of studying after this video. I don't know, man. My freaking right eye is starting to bump. It's going boom, 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 boom. But that's just fine. My mild pain is besides the point. But yeah, I guess the next video would probably be the Slurposaurus being finished with. That it's practically already finished. I got some little shit I gotta add to it. It's just kind of bland looking in my opinion. It's just a lot of reds, some yellows, a little bit of greens. Nothing fancy, you know. I mean, it was just kind of a patched together creature, so I painted it like a patched together creature. But which to be fair, because Slurposaurs in nature were kind of just patched together. They just took a lizard and glued some shit to it and called it a dinosaur. Which is both insulting to dinosaurs and the lizard. But either way, yeah, that's pretty much it, everybody. I hope all of you take care, you know. It's really, I hope you do. Fuck, take care of yourselves in this crazy ass time we live in, you know. Keep your instincts sharp, you know. You never know when all this is going to go down and we're going to be turning back into savages fighting each other again. But either way, that's pretty much it, everybody. Yeah, that's pretty damn cool. Fucking A. But yeah, everybody. See you next time.